This story is by far the craziest thing I've ever heard. And what this woman has said is just boom. This story comes out of Loudoun County, Virginia. VA, that's Virginia, right? Virginia should be VA. About a 15-year-old trans student who raped another student, a female, in the girl's bathroom. Um, the story goes that a trans student, a male to female student, has raped another student in the girl's bathroom, a female student in the um the mother has come out to defend her child, claiming, saying that my son is not trans. This is what I'm saying. I'm not trying to uh misgender this person at all, but this is what the mother's saying. They're saying that her son is not trans. Now, here is the image of her son. I mean, maybe her son isn't trans. Maybe this person isn't trans. Maybe as they identify as they them. But the mother's saying, my son isn't trans. Yes, there are days he'll wear a skirt and days he wears jeans. He's confused. He needs help. He needs therapy, and also he's a troubled kid. The mother's also saying that the sex between the two was consensual. That even her son explained that it was consensual sex. They wanted to have sex, and they consented to it. And the girl was afraid to do vaginal, so they did anal. And even during anal, like the girl would say, like, "Oh, that's hurting," and her son will say, "Oh, do you want me to stop?" Showing concern. But what gets me is what the mother said after this. This is what gets me. The mother says the following. The mother says the following statement, which is just like, it's mind blowing to me. The mother says that if I was in a position where I was about to get raped, I would be kicking, screaming, everything. You're 15. You can reasonably defend yourself. You're not going to just you're just not going to sit there and take it. And so, because there wasn't a presence of a fight, he felt like it was okay to keep going. You just sat there as a grown woman saying that you're 15, you can reasonably defend yourself. You're not just gonna sit there and take it. Remember during that whole movement, the whole feminist movement and the Me Too movement, when there were men saying that stupid shit, saying if a woman didn't want to get raped, she would defend herself. She would be kicking and screaming. Remember that? And every guy that said that was burnt at the stake. Now you have a grown woman defending her kid saying that. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you, lady? What the hell? Now, here's the thing. If this story turns out to be where the girl is lying and trying to make this an issue because she felt embarrassed, then that girl should face criminal charges. Hands down. Do not cry wolf when there are real victims out there of a sexual assault and rape, and you're sitting here doing this because you felt embarrassed. Not only are you ruining this person's life, you're also making it harder for trans people and their rights. Because remember, when laws and states started passing rulings on you're able to use the bathroom that you identify as, if you identify as female, you could use a female bathroom, and vice versa. Many people were against it. So you sitting there lying is just people going to go, oh, see, we told you, like, this was happening. This was happening. But on the other hand, if it turns out to be true that it actually this person actually went in there and raped this girl and it wasn't consensual, then what this person did also makes it harder on the trans community. So it's like, what the fuck? You got one person actually trying to hurt the trans community and one person doing horrible things to hurt the trans community. So it's like a lose-lose situation. It's ridiculous for this woman to even say that. It's really, it's crazy that she would say that. You know, I this is not the first time something like this has happened. There's another story where a man was wearing a wig going to the women's bathroom, identifying as trans, and he was recording women use the bathroom. I'll link that story in the description also. But I don't know what's going on. Like, I just don't know how to feel about this. Like, how do you sit there and I'm sorry, I know how to feel about this. I'm pissed off. Like, if this woman is saying that, like, you're victim blaming. That's victim blaming. You're a grown woman victim blaming. And there's a lot of women out there that's probably like, what the hell? How could you say that? I understand this is your child. This is your kid, but you got to look at the evidence. And I mean, with rape allegations, it's two sides of the story. We don't know the truth. We don't know. Only the two people in that situation knows. So it just blows my mind that this mother would say that this woman would say that. I'm saying you want to believe your kid didn't do that, but for you to sit there and say that you're 15, you should be able to defend yourself, you should be kicking and screaming. Like, no. Talk to your kid. Like, did you do this? Yes or no? Did you do this? Tell me what happened. Okay. All right. My son said, I'm sorry. My child said this is what's happening. This is what happened. This is what my child said. I don't know. I wasn't there. I hope this girl isn't lying. Because you're going to be hurting his life and, as she stated, making a political issue and making it hard and making a target for the trans community. But if your kid did do this, then your kid's an asshole, and then he's making it harder on the trans community too. I'm sorry I keep saying he, but this is what the mother's saying. She's saying my son, my son. In the article you'll see, my son. She says my son. She doesn't say her trans daughter or her kid. She says my son. So this is just wild that people could sit here and say something like that. It's madness. And it upsets me that you can say that. That you can sit here and say that and not feel anything. And not think about the women who have been victims of sexual assault. And men who sat there and said, well, if she didn't want it, why didn't she fight for it? Fight. Do you not know when people are put into certain situations, they freeze up? They freeze up. They're so afraid that they freeze up. They're scared and they're just it's frustrating. It's freaking frustrating. I don't know what else to say. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. I really hope that this I don't know. I don't know. I really hope that this girl isn't lying on this young person, and I really hope that this kid didn't rape that girl. Because either way, I feel like it's gonna hurt the trans community who's just really trying to live their life. I really do. But let me know. That's been another video for me. Hope you guys enjoyed, and see you in the next one.